Hello and welcome to round 3 of our Kaladesh draft with green-white tokens splashing a Cloud Blazer that we have yet to cast. We're on a 9 outer. It's super weird because this is a... So would you keep this hand if it was plain plains these cards? I think you would, but because it's this, then it's now like a debate. 9 outs, 2 draw steps really to hit. Which is 24 out of 33 to the second. I'll just do some quick math. I mean, 24, I can do it. It's like basically 3/4 to the second. Yeah, you're actually not a favorite, right? You're like because it's only 2 draw steps. This is actually, so this is basically, I've done this math before. It's approximately the same as, there was like math way back in like Blood Red Elf Jund standard that was very similar, and the answer was the same where it was if you had 3 draw steps to hit, you kept, and if you had 2 draw steps to hit, you shipped, which was play draw. But here it's just you're on the draw and you're just gonna ship. This is fine. We're gonna scry for that's not a forest. Did I do that math right? Yeah, it was. I mean, 24 out of 32 is basically a quarter. So, I mean, 24 out of 32 is a quarter. So 24 out of 33 is basically a 75% chance of missing. Ooh, that was a good draw. 75% chance of missing per draw step. And the odds of missing 2 75%ers in a row is that squared. So 9 out of 16, which is putting us at sub 50% to win on a 7, basically. Because if we miss, I think we're just dead. Especially because that hand is not the fastest out of the gate. Whew. I can beat that one. I'm pretty sure any deck that is Prophetic Prisming is doing things that my deck is very favorable against. And especially if they're these colors. I guess they could be sabotaging or fumigating. But usually this implies like some grindy value nonsense that tokens kind of overwhelms. Not that this is a tokens hand, but... Make a Dorcas. Okay, well... I don't think there's anything with Flash that punishes me here. I'm just going to attack. Engineered Might costing 5 versus Inspired Charges 4 is kind of obnoxious. And we'll just play the better Dorcas because if our opponent plays something crazy next turn that we need to shot, I like doing that. Even though, and also if our opponent Welding Sparks this creature, like, whatever. Congrats, you Welding Sparked are 3/2 instead of a real thing. Realistically, this should probably be saved for the inevitable Serpent, but we'll see what our opponent plays. They're gonna make the yep. That's what I thought. So I missed on land, and that brings up the question. I don't think I want to attack in this spot. I think I'd rather make the extra servo to guarantee that the visionary augmenter dies. I guess if my opponent uses the removal spell on the servo, I'd rather just advance my board state. It's like, would I rather make a servo this turn? My mana's kind of tied up even if I start drawing lands, because I have 5s and 6s in my hand. So I actually like this. The thing that changed my mind was that it's likely that I have another turn with no play. So, like, I'm okay with forcing my opponent to burn something here because activating this later on is not going to eat into my curve at all. Okay, well, I should probably Skywheeler shot that here. And I think the components of my opponent's deck have this implication that I'm certainly not attacking. Actually, the servo attacking is not the worst thing in the world. Forces my opponent to play a creature next turn, and then tap it to the Aradara. Like, I don't want to trade off Gear per Guide, because that card seems super important. But I think, like, Engineer might just be dealing more damage, giving +5 this game, just given my hand. It's just like Beefus, Boofus, and Doofus. We don't have any of these in our hand, so we're not going super wide. It is super interesting how it's... You would think the Fabricate archetype would be common-based. Yeah, my opponent can do that, I forgot. I'm just going to kill that. Pima Outrider. That's quite a good card. I think I don't want to draw that, and I'd rather just draw a land, because that enables more cards in my hand. The free damage actually kind of matters here, because of my like trample that's going on. I got 2 tiger. I just have a lot of reach in my hand, incidentally. Yeah. Back to my point though, it's the things that enable the go wide strategy are the augmenters that like +2 that make 2 servos. Like when you're just making 2 creatures for a single card, it's hard to just like you have to cast like multiple fabricate commons to really make 4 creatures, and like you're just putting a lot of work into it. But when you just cast this, you've just like armied in a can. And that's just it. This should probably attack this turn. That's fine by me. Where did our opponent put their cards? They put a card on top and bottom. Okay. Don't really feel like attacking that turn. That's fine. That's a card I can handle. Making a Thopter is not the end of the world for me. Our opponent's now stalled, unable to do anything on this attack. We make a second Dorcas. Every creature is now Dorcas. Every single creature. These just don't have text. Ooh. I like that one. That was a really, really good draw. No attacks this turn. However, very soon we get to start going to the air with our Gear per Guide. By very soon, I mean right now. And I'm okay expending this energy to push the damage, I think. Even more Dorcases. Just so many. This card's like Vessel of Ephemera really set a bad precedent for this card. This card is really nice. Just I think that the power level of the token makers in this format is, or like the token payoffs in this format's a little higher. The artifacts matter. It just does like a little more of everything. Okay, our opponent gets to gain some life or something, right? That's how that works. Oh, draw two cards too. Yeah, that's nice. Opponent attacks with this. Don't really have a reason to do anything. I'm just going to cast a Tiger. Tiger did not get Welding Sparked. That's very nice. I guess the Hawk might have got... Well, I guess it might... They would have drawn it off of the Blazer if anything sequenced that way. This looks like my Tiger is losing his driver's license. Wait, what? Oh, boo. I like those creatures. They were good times. No! That's not nice. I should attack with that too. That's fine. So this is basically stuck in go wide mode. That's okay by me. More Tigers. I have to cast this as the... Yeah, it has to go wide. I didn't want to cast this because my opponent has the Armor Smith. I'd rather like get an attack in with the Tiger and see what happens. Or Motorist, that's what it is. Veteran Armor Smith's a different card. Two Cloud Blazers. That's very bad for me. That is absurdly bad for me. Opponent has to trade multiple creatures for the Tiger. I think I'm okay with that. Casting this, 6 in the air, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm not close to dead yet. I'm trying to think which mode I go for. So I can draw Hunt the Weak because that is 2 targets. Hunt this down. It's not lethal though. Actually short of lethal. 1, 2. I want to go wide with the Edge Crafters. because that is the most power generated off of this Engineered Might. Hope my opponent's last card isn't great. And their draw step isn't great, and there's just so many ways for me to die here. Dead to mass pump spells, dead to a lot. What just? Oh, yep. That's an inspired charge. That's lethal in the air. That's fine by me. Oh, start your engines. Okay, not an inspired charge. Slightly different. Okay, well this is still the best, and I want an appetite, and I'm on the play. This is another matchup where impeccable timing did not look the best. Opponent's just got a lot of like go wide stuff too. They have vehicles, but I think I want to stick to that. Takedown doesn't kill their Cloud Blazers, and they only had one Thopter thing I saw, so I'll just stick with this. Looks fine by me. Not the best possible hand, but you can't really ask for a lot more than like great 2-drop, great 4-drop, right? Possibly I should have boarded in both appetites, actually. Forgot about being able to appetite the captured. Because they showed me as relevant targets captured, Aradara, and Chief in half their deck. So they probably have like one or two more good targets. I think... Actually, I don't know where I want the power. So the extra power on here doesn't help me with blocking any of the creatures my opponent played last game, but it does help me attacking into some stuff. So I think I want to consolidate. Just want the better attacker. Whereas on this Visionary Augmenter, I'm going to go wide because I want the less liable body. Like, I've developed such a board state that any single blocker for my opponent is not going to do it, so I want to be able to, like, cut into, like, a removal spell being good. That's fine. What? Really? I can trade this for 5 damage, but then my clock kind of stops. I think I can wait. I think if I draw one of my 2 pump spells, this gets a lot better. Or spot removal or anything. I guess not Hunt the Weak. Hunt the Weak does not make this better. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, that's not Cloud Blazer. That's fine by me. Kind of punished for choosing that. This could have traded. Ooh, 4/5. Another good target for Appetite. I should draw a Cloud Blazer sometime soon. I'd like to cast that card. I'll settle. Again, punished for that exact decision that I made a bunch of turns ago. Don't have a good thing to go to the skies with. Just drew the wrong half of my deck for it. They specifically had this as their 4-drop, though I guess with their curve, it's kind of obvious that that's the 4-drop they're going to play. Jeez. I don't want to spend an energy for 2 damage. Jeez, we're just getting dunked on by these creatures. Why did this not get vigilance and attack? What is going to happen? Is that impeccable timing potentially? I could have also drawn aerial maneuvers to make, or acrobatic maneuvers to make this right. So okay. My opponent's just playing beast after beast. Yeah, making this way was right. I just had the most interesting. Does that? I have to kill the train with that. I think. I think that's the biggest threat on the battlefield. Still don't have anything worth attacking with. My opponent has 4 blockers. They take 12 damage on a pump everything alpha strike here, which is pretty good. Problem is they have 4 cards in hand. This should start vigilance attacking, seriously. Yeah, that's just gotta die. I can't imagine anything being more. I don't think Thriving Rhino's big enough impact for me at this point. Maneuver's quite good here, so I can go spend an energy to get a damage. That's not what I want. I kind of like holding it. It feels like my opponent probably has some removal spell that they're just like, oh, I don't have a target for this. I'll wait. They're just going to sit around with it until they have a reason to use it. I think I can get more by waiting. Oh boy, can I get more by waiting? That was delightful to draw. Those were significantly less delightful to draw. We can start chipping away next turn. Interesting. An energy for 3 damage is, however, a good deal. I don't think they have it. Gosh, it's just such a... Yeah, I'll wait. Just the payoff for hitting is so high that I don't want to run it into 4 unknown cards. I think I just gang up on the menace creature with everything. That way, a single removal spell on one of my blockers doesn't blow me out, and they have to have built to last as their pump spell. But I can't imagine this is it. I guess it might be or not built to last, built to smash as their pump spell. But I can't imagine this is a built to smash deck. And if they start blowing combat tricks, I then just get to reload and win the game very easily. Okay. Also okay. This will stay back. These two attack, and this blocks here, maybe? I like that. I'm trading 1 damage, though. It's better than not trading damage. Just get another planes and play it. We can pass. If our opponent tries to set up a good attack, then we have that fine. I can take 4. I'm okay with that. Like, their hand literally just has to be all land or just, like, some weird interaction I'm not thinking of. I think the waiting game very slightly favors me for, like, 2 more turns or so. What am I hoping to draw? Inspire Charge, Hunt the Weak. I think now is when I fire this, but I don't know if that's right. Ooh, we did it. Okay, I don't care about my creature anymore. Let's just combo. Combos? Oh my gosh, I just get to draw my deck and play all of my spells. I think I just want a big creature and 2 creatures. I have 13 mana. I can just do everything. Why would I? Oh my gosh. 10. I'll take my damage. That wants that. This wants to leave the servo behind and trade for the 4/3. Yeah, this wants the servo. I will have all spells left in my deck after oh, I have 1 land left? That sucks. And then this, and then I still have a reload post fumigate if my opponent has that. This is great. And then next turn I get to give my 5/6 flying. Oh my gosh. That combo turn was so good. I knew there was a second piece of interaction, but once it was impeccable timing, that just kind of... You know what? We're just not going to risk my awesome, super amazing 5-2 or 5 awesome thing that's just going to kill my opponent. Just not going to risk it today. If it gets captured, it gets captured. That's life. Still have an appetite. Yep. This will go wide. Ooh, those are good. I don't really care about playing around Fumigate anymore, so... I have so much energy. Because I just cast all these attunes. I don't get any free damage by that, so... Also, the 5-6 can still block all my opponent's stuff, so my opponent just doesn't have blockers. That's great. I believe this is the I don't care about Fumigate moment. And if it happens, it happens. I still have a lot of spells left in my deck. Servos. Tiger. And my opponent might take their turn. I hope they're not pausing to think about how awesome this Fumigate would be. That'd be really bad for me. I used my appetite on the train. That's what happened. Or no, I sky shotted the train. Okay, that's not a Fumigate. I can beat that. Can still beat that. Oh, let's cog. Oh, I thought I F3'd out of that. I don't really want to shove this in and make a trade in any way. I'm okay with trading that there eventually. Like, this just getting eaten seems like a poor proposition. I guess I get in a lot of damage for that, though. So I lose the Eddy Trail. I put my opponent to 3? Okay, that's actually okay by me. Putting my opponent to 3 is a pretty big payoff. I get fireballed for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 7. You know what? That's okay. If my opponent blocks with the crane, I think that's a fine proposition. This was actually accidentally the right order to stack him. So if my opponent, I don't know what would deal 4 here, but they could have responded and killed this if I burnt energy to give it flying. They have another welding sparks. I get pretty blown out here, but I think that's just life if that happens. Kill the Thopter first because it gets pumped by Pia. Play the again. My opponent doesn't have Fumigate. They would have cast it. How does this die? Is it 1 and 1? Fateful Showdown, maybe? Ooh, wow. Nice. Okay, that's kind of a blowout. Did not account for that. So I take this hit for sure. Make the dingus. Tiger. The interesting thing is if my opponent attacks with elephant next turn, what do? I probably just block it. Yeah. Just do this. This gets the 7/7 to block the tiger. I'm okay with that. Sure. Well, I know how I'm blocking. Could not make that block faster. Last card, another combat trick. That'd be kind of a beating if it was. Wait, what just is that? Oh, built this, whatever. Cool. So I need to draw. That'll do. If they block, okay, well, I cast the thing. Hooray. What was left in my deck? So Hunt the Weak. Ooh, there was still a land to draw that I would have lost with. Okay, we're definitely boarding in another Appetite. Wasn't really anything I wanted to take down. Yeah, Impeccable Timing would have been pretty bad. Hunt the Weak's fine. Skywheeler's fine. This is probably like the worst card in my deck. Is just one of those. Can't board out in a 2, and otherwise my deck doesn't work. I kind of like Inspired Charge and Engineered Might here, though I guess my opponent boarded in the Incendiary Sabotage. I could board out one of those. Just leave in the Cogworks and still have enough creatures. Question is, which one of these plays around the trick the best? I think that the Inspired Charge is the worst one. I think that the Vigilance one is really good. Let's try this. Maybe I'll regret it. Well, sure am glad that that Cogwork is not a 50% chance to have been a combat trick. It's pretty nice in my hand. Let's see. Oh, that was a very good draw. Though my opponent's deck is not one that's going to punish me for missing a land drop. Rhino seems exceptional in this matchup. I don't actually know. My opponent might have trouble killing me with this much time. I think my opponent lost that last game, by the way, by not attacking with their like more of their creatures in the spot when they had like um, when was that? It was like turn 7 to 8 range is when they should have been attacking with everything. Make 2 energy. I'm saying these things out loud because I will forget them at tournaments otherwise. And it's just super annoying that every single card in this set just has like an enters the battlefield trigger that I can miss. Interesting. They didn't make a Thopter. They're missing their land drop. That's not good for them. There it is. Chief of the Foundry. Okay. So I should bait the bad block here. Because, like, if I hunt the weak here, it becomes a 5. My opponent can then trade all their things for it. I'd rather just not give them that option and just make a 4/5. I'm going to kill the Chief. That seems like the most important card in my opponent's deck, almost. I guess they need the Aradar to actually kill me at some point. But, cool. I think Appetite, like, the Hunt isn't going to take down the 4/5s my opponent has, but the Appetite might take down the Rhino or an Aradara or... There's just so many things that this... It can kill the Capture by the Consulate. So I think saving this is more important than the Hunt. I also have this for anything big. For example, that, which is going to die right here. Do I? I don't really need to upkeep that. Okay, I don't actually... Do I want to kill that on upkeep? I'm not huge on it. I think I'm all about this Riparian Tiger. And leaving this back is nice because I can threaten the double block the Wayward Giant with Servo plus it. We saw a build to smash though. Okay, so now our opponent's Cloud Blazing and we need to actually kill them in some time frame. Fortunately, all of our cards do that. I don't think I want to upkeep Skywhaler Shot. I do want to do it before attacks, though. Eddy Trail, is that even good here? I don't think it's very good against Thopter Cloudblazer. And I think that the 6/6 Tiger is better than making a 5-power Rhino. Look at these beats. Or it does have a start your engines that we potentially know about. Appetite's pretty good here. So I think I just take this. I don't think there's a reason to do anything about that. Interesting. My opponent's at 9. I could play another Tiger and go for the super kill. Deal 4 with that. I like the just attack here. That plays around Welding Sparks pretty well. I'm still not dead to a start your engines on their stuff. They don't have energy, that's fine. 6, yeah, they need multiple. They need more than just start your engines. They need like start plus built to smash plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I leave up Appetite, I'm like extremely not dead. Did I just drop internet? Okay, cool. Skywhaler shot that. Interesting. Okay. That's dead. think I now want to play the Tiger, now that I have this information. I guess I could get like welding sparks, and then I still don't die to start. I don't know how I can die to a start your engines next turn. So I think I just would like to cast the Tiger, and there we go. Yeah, we'll just Tiger up. Well, I'm dead to Inspired Charge +3/+3, so I'm okay with that because we haven't seen the Inspired Charge. I'd rather not like be in a bad spot against a removal spell on my Tiger. That's like the bigger issue. Oh, that's what's happening here. Cute, real cute. Okay. Well, I don't actually know if our opponent can kill us with the time on their clock is the real question. But I don't know if I would have won this game. Okay, there we go. Go wide on this. There's no way my opponent has another sweeper. There we go. Okay, victory. That is 3-0, not quite 6-0, but Incendiary Sabotage was pretty impressive against my deck. I will say that.